Hey YouTube, it's your boy Bodak. I'm coming here because I want to do a reaction kind of video. I want to give a disclaimer before I start because, you know, I'm a very strong, opinionated person and I don't want it to come off as hate or if I don't like somebody. I just have my opinion, and as a viewer, I feel like other people have, different opinions, and I feel like every opinion should be heard. And so my opinion does not sound biased. I'm going to call my friend as well. She is a lady. And I just want, I'm a guy, she's a girl, two different opinions. We just watched, I always call her, I'd be like, girl, have you seen Dalvin's last video, because I like Dalvin. Dalvin is a different kind of man. You know what I'm saying? He has his own way of thinking. He's just different. Everyone's different. But it's just like, sometimes he has good conversations. So I personally feel like, sometimes I'll call my friend, I'll be like, oh girl, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? So, because I feel like this is a very important video, I personally feel like, I'm gonna call her so we can have more than one opinion. Okay, this is her.
Hello?
Hey girl. So I want to do this video. I'll let everybody know that, you're my friend and everything. And mind you, we both love Beloved. I was, lucky enough to meet Beloved. And my friend, we watched Dalvin. Well, like I said, I call her. I'll be like, girl, how you feel about this topic? Based on the topics he be talking about on his channel. And she'll watch it. So in this particular video, girl, she had an opinion. I said, we got to record this. We got to record this, child. So, the video that we're talking about is She Said No. So, we're going to basically talk about why she said no and our opinions about Dalvin and Ellie's open relationship. Now, this is Dalvin's new girlfriend. I took some notes. I told her to take notes too because we taking this serious because I'm trying to get down to the bottom of this and a fucking understanding, because watching this shit, I just be like, I don't know. I just be thinking. I be thinking, y'all. So, I wanted to name this video She's Not That Into You. What you think?
I feel like it was giving me that kind of vibe as well. Now, I feel like there was some subliminal messages as far as they were talking hypothetically, very much so hypothetically this, hypothetically that. But towards the end of the video, I feel like there's some behind the scenes reason why he even brought up some of the questions he was saying. So therefore, it made me believe that she really not feeling him like that.
Yeah, I feel you on that when you say they were speaking hypothetically, but at the end of the video, you felt a certain type of way of something he did or said. What did you feel?
Well, okay, say for example, in the beginning of the video, they talk very casual about how they went to see the movie and like how she know his mom. I don't see mention in the video of them being like how they felt at the movie, like what conversation there was about when they was at the movie. So it was very casual. And then towards the middle of the video, he started low-key talking that hypothetically this and hypothetically that. He went in a way of like talking about how she wouldn't give him the time of day. Like she said this in previous videos if anybody hasn't watched. She said this to him to his face, like straight up, like I would not give you the time of day if I met you in person. Like if I didn't see what you had going on in your life on social media, I would not have given you the time of day based off of how you look and how you carry yourself. Like I wouldn't give you the time of day.
I gagged at that part. I really did. And I remember her saying at one point in one of the videos that based off of his Instagram, she felt like he was immature. And he was like, immature? How? And she was like, because you're really flashy, da-da-da-da. But go ahead.
And mind you, that's what I was going to get at too.
Because my thing is, if you want to talk to him in person, you damn near said you wasn't really feeling him on Instagram too, and that you said that was your main source of how you want a nigga to approach you and shit like that. So I personally feel like if he approached you on Instagram, you still sounded like he wasn't really that into him. So why are you here?
And mind you, he feel like that makes her immature because he's like, if you're 26 years old and older and you're using social media or anything internet based to communicate with anybody, that makes you immature, which he did say in his own words.
He did.
Like,
but you know what? When he said that, I personally felt like he only said that because how she told him how immature he is. So now he like, well, we talking about maturity, which clearly women are more advanced than men. They mature faster than men. So I can understand where she coming from as far as like he comes off immature. And then as we all watch Dalvin, he is very immature. The way he jokes, the way his like perception of things, I be feeling like. Go ahead.
He's very boyish with certain subjects and how he approaches certain situations. He's very boyish, like not manly.
Not manly, very boyish. Okay.
I would use that term because.
And mind you, hold on. Let's just give a disclaimer. This is not to like bash anybody because I wanted to have her on the line because I knew that she was just like she seems like she really likes him. And I was like, yeah, girl, but you gotta watch it, like because. I'm gonna have my opinion and she gonna have her own opinion, and I liked him for Ellie, and my friend, she liked him for Ellie for him too. Let me get that. I like her for him.
I think based off the previous kind of because I don't really watch mukbangs no more because I kind of just be like I'm not on those kind of videos right now.
Right, me too.
But. Clip here, clip there. I'm like, okay, I feel like there's some genuine kind of friendship going on.
Yes, most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? But then what really got to me was like, I was like, okay, how he kind of like got kind of serious about a hypothetical question when he said that doesn't make sense.
What part did he say didn't make sense? Because I didn't really catch that. I wasn't paying attention that much.
Well, she was basically saying like, okay, I would rather have an encounter or a social encounter with a person online or through social media or through websites or whatever, rather than in person. But if it's a certain kind of person or if it's a certain kind of situation, and he was like, that don't make sense. Like either you like to be online or you don't. Like that's how I took it. Like either you like to be online or you don't. I
feel like he notices a lot of. He's very observant. He notices a lot of holes in her story. For example, like he was like, "Oh, Ellie likes to party," and she's like, "Oh, not really." Like he's like, "No, girl. Like I seen your Snapchat, girl. You were lit. Y'all had like 500 bottles of Casamigos ordered at your table. Who's ordering all those bottles?" And she's like, "Oh, yeah." It's just like she tries to hold back a little bit, and he kind of like, or the conversation that they have off camera are totally different than the conversations they have on camera. He's trying to bring it forth, and it gives a little exploitation-ish to me because I personally feel like, certain conversations that you have off camera shouldn't be brought on camera unless that person is comfortable or privy to the conversation being brought on camera. And then also, I personally feel like when you it's just certain things like how he kind of called her a hoe.
We're going to get to that for sure.
We're going to get to that. Okay. Go ahead. What was you saying?
When it came to him, because after he said like, okay, that doesn't make sense, that's when he went to, okay, well, let's go to this hypothetical scenario, right? And I feel like it was some behind the scenes there because he was like, like no matter what, she wouldn't have gave him the time of day or whatever.
Yes, he was very adamant on that. He was like, he said, "You told me you wouldn't have talked to me if you would have." She was like, "Oh no, if you approached me at the club," and then he was like, "No, you said at a library or anything," and he was like kind of taken aback by that because not only did he think she was into him, we all as the motherfucking viewers thought the same thing. So it's like there's inconsistencies how she feels, and I personally feel like. Let me just be clear. I'm not trying to call her a bitch. That's just how I talk. Bitch, if a basketball player, football, built, fine ass motherfucking nigga, one of them niggas you see on TikTok approach you at a motherfucking club, girl, you gon' bite the motherfucking bait. I don't give a fuck. If you with your homegirls, you was not gonna be partying with your homegirls too hard, got drinks in your system and shit, and if a nigga approach you, you not gonna give him the time of day. Like, and then at one point he was like, yeah, when are we gonna go to the club? She was like, we'll go to the club. I really don't go with like, out to the club with my boyfriends. That's kind of like, but if I do, then I'm not gonna want nobody approaching me because I'm with my boyfriend. I'm trying to have a good time. Da, da, da. I just personally feel like, and I'm just like, well, then what's the point of open relationship? Because when you're in an open relationship, if I go out with my significant other and we in an open relationship and we at a club, the door is open for anybody to approach us because we're in an open relationship.
Now, this is my thing because I have very successful relationships all around me when it comes to very much so married, all of that. When you're secure in your relationship, y'all can go anywhere, whether it's an open relationship or not. If you're secure in your relationship, it's a homegirl, a friend, a boyfriend, a fiance, or whatever. If you're secure with that person, y'all can go to the club and to the park. They're on the same kind of height. Because why y'all secure, y'all have an understanding. You feel me?
They say they have an understanding, but I personally feel like if Ellie liked the party, I feel like if Ellie liked the party, right? And Dalvin, he don't really seem like he's really like has a whole bunch of friends to go out with and stuff, and you up under him all the time, and he seen you turned up with you should show him a good time. You should be like, Dalvin, let's go to the club. I like this club in Houston, like, or let's go to a club in New York. Let me show you since you have an experience, because she seems more experienced than him. So that's, like, show him. I feel like she doesn't really want to flaunt him. Like when you got a man or a woman, you want to go to the club so people can see how bad your bitch is or how fine your nigga is. You want to be seen with this motherfucker, girl. It's like.
But like, that's why I'm trying to tell you, he ain't into him like that.
But you felt like but hold on, you felt like she was into him at some point.
At some point I did, but like once I seen this recent video, I was like, Because, okay.
You can see it in her eyes and in her face, huh?
We can't get into that because she even said, like, for the end of the video, she was like, you know what, when we get into it, we gonna get into it, but I just want to touch it a little bit. Okay. She said, if he tried to propose to me, he gonna see it in my face. Like, I can't hide it in my face. And I'm like, so when I was feeling about her being annoyed, I'm like, okay, I'm watching, I'm like, she looked annoyed. Like, she was rolling her eyes. It was, 26 minutes in the video, y'all go look it, y'all go see. Around 25, 26. So if you ain't trying to watch the whole videos, if you're just trying to see what I'm trying to tell you about why we feel like seeing something weird like that, you can see it in her face.
I'm finna pull it up right now. 26, 25 minutes into the video, you can see that she... Well, I also feel like Dalvin is acquired taste. I personally feel like he is annoying, and anybody that deal with him has to have a tolerance of being annoyed by their significant other, whether it's your friend or your boyfriend, because Dalvin gonna get on your motherfucking nerves. So I expect her to be annoyed.
He's very boyish, he's very playful, he's, and I feel like when it comes to being mature, there's certain things behind the scenes when he turned his camera off. I feel like he has that down pat because he wouldn't be as successful as he is today. Because it takes a grown adult to do certain things. But as far as relationship-wise, he probably is more playful, more boyish, and more not on.
I used to feel like sometimes when he played around it was a little too much because women are very delicate. There's certain things you play about with a woman, there's certain things you don't play about. Like, for example, her hair. He was saying, like, he was kind of like saying certain things about her. You got to be real careful when you talk to a woman that you like about her appearance. You know what I'm saying? You have to be conscious as a man when you talk to a woman and say, I like you with your hair up. Well, she might like her hair down and she might think, and a lot of people are very judgmental of natural hair texture. So it's just like, you have to be careful how you talk about a woman's hair, her appearance. And as a man, it's not your place Also, men have to be conscious and understand that it's not your place how she wears her hair, or how you know, or how you feel about her hair, or how you feel, you know, like, I don't know.
I feel like that's where his boyishness comes in. It's like, first of all, you're not to forget every little thing out of this relationship, how you want it, how I'm gonna do my hair, that comes later into a certain kind of commitment. Because there are some men, like they say, you know, Kanye West, not to put it out there like that, but they say that he was very, very strict on how Kim and how his women dress when they close the relationship, like as his wife. She can only wear certain colors. She can only wear her hair.
Boom. That's a great segue into how his channel was. He talked about the topic being dominant and submissive in a relationship, as far as like a woman being submissive to her husband or to her man or boyfriend, and a man taking more on a dominant role in the relationship and being more in charge. And then a lot of people in the comment section was like, how we go from you being always like, oh, are you a submissive woman? Are you, because clearly he likes a submissive woman, or he feels like, you know, so submissive woman would be more compatible for him. And then you go into an open relationship. But how do we go? Because me as a dominant man, I don't see no leader, no man, no dominant person in general, whether it's a girl or a boy, letting their significant other, or they, you know, like talk to other people. That would put you more in the submissive. That would make you more of the submissive man or woman.
I would have to disagree with when it comes to what role you play in a relationship when it comes to an open relationship, because it doesn't make you less of a man. It doesn't make you less of a woman on how you identify your relationship. Just how people identify as non-binary is just how other people be like, look, we ain't a traditional relationship. Yeah, I'm the man in the house, and that's the woman in the house, and every now and again she gets to do her and I get to do me. It's simple. But when it comes down to what we got going on, we gotta understand it. And I feel like
I don't like the labels like, oh, I'm the dominant one, you're the submissive. That's just, to me, that's a touchy conversation to me, because I feel like that when gender roles come into play, it's like if you want to be the dominant person, you got to be that man. You know what I'm saying? I don't see no man letting his woman venture out in their relationship. To me, that's a submissive man. If anything, a submissive man will let their woman talk to other dudes, you know, do certain things. But I mean, that's why I don't like the gender roles things. I personally feel like, and I have experience with open relationships. Do you?
I've had experience with something similar to an open relationship. It really wasn't like a natural thing. But
boom, hold on, pause. You said it wasn't a natural thing. That's another thing I said in the comment section one time. I said a lot of my open relationships, I was eased into them. You know, I didn't know that I was gonna be in an open relationship, you know? And it wasn't presented to me as an open relationship. And then how he was saying, like, he was on YouTube one day, and all of a sudden open relationships was popping up in his news feed, and he was like, well, that's strange. And then all of a sudden she came, and he was like, that was so weird. And then he was like, and then Ellie came to me, and we ran into this video, and then she was very knowledgeable about an open relationship. That to me was a red flag, because I personally feel like I've been in open relationships before, and I've been eased into open relationships before. Another thing is, she said that he was funny, but he said, yeah, a lot of people say that I'm not necessarily funny as in jokes or anything. They just say like the way I act or what the things I do is funny. And I'm like, see, that's a thin line to me too, because it's just like, if you're not funny, the things you do is funny, it's like I'm laughing at you, not with you. And that could be you could be taken as a joke, being a clown or acting funny, you know what I'm saying, opposed to just having jokes and just being funny off the top of the rip, or off the, like, on the top of the dome, like freestyle, like everything that come out of my mouth is just funny as fuck, opposed to me just like Kevin Hart. I know you love Kevin Hart, but Kevin Hart is not funny to me. I feel like the shit he does is funny. Like how he impersonates or acts out a situation, or be like, and I told her, you got 3 titties on your, like the way he like relives the moment is funny to me. Opposed to shit Cat Williams say, that shit just be funny. Like everything that come out that man's mouth is just funny as fuck. So I just feel like she don't take him serious. I really feel like she don't take him serious.
I don't feel like she takes him serious either.
What
I
was
feel like the fact that with him and her, I feel like they kind of like maybe rushed into a situation. Who knows? But when he had got into it, he was like, boom, he started talking about sending subliminal messages, about putting the proposal or an engagement on blast. She was like kind of already swearing, rolling her little eyes.
Wait, hold on. Rolling her eyes. I think I found the part where you said she was rolling her eyes. I'm not sure, but this kind of looked like an eye roll. Oh, I can't turn the camera on. I can, but hold on. I think this is an eye roll. No shade. Like her eye rolls be so subtle too. It's not like.
So I know when I be like, when I'm trying to be cool, like I'm with a coworker and I'm trying to be cool, but you done said something that has made me already want to go in early on my break, but I'm trying to keep it cool and cordial because right now we at work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was like a very sudden, and she snapped back into like, okay, we on camera. But she was like, nigga, like, get on with this. Like, we are not gonna get on this subject.
Right. So another piece is he has a big platform. Anybody that goes on Dalvin's channel is gonna walk away with fans. Period. You know what I'm saying? And I just personally feel like you got to be careful when you have a platform like that and the people you run into, because everyone doesn't have good intentions. You know what I'm saying? She's very, very beautiful, and a woman that's very, very beautiful like that, you gonna get your bitch took. But I personally wouldn't have my significant other on the internet or on social media. I wouldn't post them or nothing like that if I felt like my nigga was not even if I did feel like I just feel like that's my personal life. That's my business. Like, I wouldn't want to have my significant other on camera unless we was a couple channel. You know what I'm saying? Like, couple channels hit different. I feel like the mukbangs, never mind. I just feel like him as an Aquarius, I feel like all Aquariuses run into this moment in life where they need to be alone. And I watched Dalvin for years just always have somebody with him. And I feel like he's very codependent. And girl, I just feel like he just needs to spend time with himself to figure out what he likes and what he likes to do. And because it's just like, I don't know.
And he said in another video with her, he was like, as far as the reason why they kind of had an idea of going into an open relationship is because we are living two different worlds, and I was already on some, like, I'm doing me, I'm already by myself.
Right. And she moved in with him, and she would not, and he said she did not want to leave. To me, that came off a little gold diggerish. Just a little bit. This man got this big-ass house, this nice-ass car, and you just want to be up under him like you don't even know him. Well, apparently you do, because, you know, everybody knows Beloved. Like, how do you not know who Beloved is, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. Excuse me. And Dalvin, sometimes when they be talking, he be like, oh, you went on a date with your ex back in 2002? What? What did you guys do? Really? Oh, you guys were on the bridge? That sounds romantic. And I was just like, y'all in an open relationship. Like, you don't want to make her feel insecure. Like, she can't talk to you about her past relationships. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, it's open. You guys are open with each other. So it's like, don't make her...
Like, mind you, I can tell you what I really, really feel like before I even watch that open relationship video. I feel like that was a media backup plan and stuff to about him or her came out, and him and her, had to make sure they had they like, oh well, if this came out and somebody trying to blackmail them and stuff, you know how people do be like, oh that's your girl, that's your girl, or that's your man, blah blah blah. I'm gonna put this on wax. You know, they gotta be like, oh,
yeah. When you said that, I was thinking like, oh, maybe she got a nigga on the back burner, or she might got some skeletons in her closet. So she like, look, we gonna put it out there as an open relationship, just in case anybody come out the woodworks talking about, I told you up front that you wasn't the only one, and this was an open relationship. When she was talking about early on when they first met, like, oh, she going to Puerto Rico to stay for a month. And then I said, what woman, like, bags a nigga, moves in with him, basically, and then tells him, like, not even a month later, so, I'm finna go to, or 2 months, 3 months later, I'm finna go to the Dominican Republic for, like, a whole month. I'm finna be like, bitch, I'm going with you. Huh? She finna go live her motherfucking best life. It ain't nothing wrong with that, but I personally feel like that at the age of 30, bitch, it ain't nothing wrong with living your best life, but when you in a relationship, ooh, shit.
You in a whole relationship, this girl's on here, you gonna make it work, where it's like, well, I had to go with her because she was going to this and that. Like, I get it because, like,
if I got a relationship and I already have plans to go to Puerto Rico, I'm gonna tell my boyfriend, so I'm going to Puerto Rico soon. Did you want to come? Especially if I know he got the funds. Even if it's finna just be a girl's trip, I'm finna be like, I come back to the room, we can have our little dates. That'd be romantic, wouldn't it? Me and my man in Puerto Rico, we gonna go to restaurants, It's like, why wouldn't you invite him? Especially if he got coin, girl. I would definitely invite his motherfucking ass. I ain't gotta pay for shit. It's like she probably had another nigga already paying for her. Like, it's certain stuff I feel like he don't know about her. And they just met.
She probably got her own money though, like, you know what I mean?
I think she do got her own money. But this is another thing that really, really, really made me think. Remember that African I used to date that scammed me? Remember that African I used to date that scammed me?
Oh, yeah.
Why you laugh? Bitch, she African. And a lot of Africans, that's how they scam people. They get in relationships with people.
Yeah.
And like the city girl said, I'm going to show you how to pimp a nigga. Make him think you love him, take his money, then you dip on niggas. Dip on niggas. Like, I don't know. She give me Scamiana vibes. She give me very much so the perfect person to date.
And then she should get like a heads up. Like, and then she was like, like he told her, he was like, this is how I know if a female is really feeling me with X, Y, and Z. But then he followed up and told her, he calls her like, you low-key scary, you're not confident. That's why I feel like you're not feeling me. You know what I mean?
He said that?
Yeah, he told me, he was like, you scary. Yes, he said that in the video. Mm-hmm.
What did he say? Say it again.
He was like, this is how I know if a woman is really feeling me, X, Y, and Z. And then I followed up with that by saying, like, you shy. She was like, I think I'm kind of shy. He was like, no, you kind of scary. Like, you're not confident. You're not about your shit. You know what I mean? That's how I feel like. I feel like he basically was saying subliminally, like, you're not feeling me because you're not with the shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like okay. So another thing is, I feel like when you say as a man, I'm in an open relationship with this woman, you basically broadcasted her out to the world that she was available. I'm talking to her, yeah, I'm dating her, but she's still available, everybody. Didn't he even say that at the end of this video? Like, y'all want to slide in LEDMs.
Yeah, and I feel like she wanted him to, because they didn't have to put that on camera and make that a whole video. Like, she had to agree for him to exploit her body out like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they probably have some type of financial agreement on some real shit. Because
financial agreement. No, her reaction though was kind of like, why would you say that? She was like, that was my past. I'm like, yo, past was you. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with a woman being promiscuous.
No.
Is that the right word to use? Sexually open or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that, because I feel like when men do it, it's cool. When females do it, it's they hoes and stuff. There's nothing wrong with that, you know. And I like women that are, you know, open with their sex life, as far as like, you know, if you want to date, my auntie told me it take 5 men to make one, and you gotta choose a job for each of the men and tell one step up to be the husband. So basically, and I personally feel like that's a grown woman. You can't be tickling her like you did that white girl. You got to be laying down hardcore pipe. And I don't see Dalvin laying it down in the bed. He complaining about that motherfucking hand every 5 seconds and how he can't open up no crack legs. Let me tell you something. I know niggas with broken legs, broken arms. When it's time for sex, baby, they don't feel no pain up in that motherfucking arm. They gonna hold themselves up with the broke arm and be digging in that shit. Cast on and all. They gonna be like, hold on, let me take the little hinge thing, the little arm wrap, you know, that holds your arm up. Let me take this bitch off so I can really get in my motherfucking. He can't tickle that grown woman. She experienced. I feel like she not satisfied.
No, because the men that you least expect got be laying down pipe, be laying down the pipe. Trust and believe. Trust. The ones that you least, you know how many times I done ran into somebody
I feel like a nigga that got good dick, if you fucking a nigga that got good ass dick, it's gonna show on the camera. The nigga could be dumb as a bag of fucking rocks. If the nigga got good dick, girl, you gonna be able to. It's like, I feel like when she look at him in his eyes, she looking at him like anybody else will look you in your eyes. That's respect. When somebody talks to you, I even had somebody tell me like, oh, you know, when I talk to you, you look at me in my eyes, I like that, because that's just normal.
You have to understand this lady is very, very experienced, because he said it. He was like, she a Tinder swindler. He said that she was a date.
And she said, what? That's so funny, because he's a little bit more innocent than her. Like, and I like that for him. And I just personally feel like she gonna either break his heart or turn him out, and he need to stay in his lane. Don't go chasing waterfalls, baby.
Like, no, but I'm saying, like, he probably is business the bedroom, but she is so much of an experienced girl, because she does date women and men. When you're overall experienced, somebody gonna have to, even an experienced man, it's not going to ever be enough for you. If you're the kind of person that has to, you know, that is an date addict, you know, like, we call her a date addict.
He did. How would he know that about her?
And then, mind you, when you're on Tinder, niggas isn't going to take you to no wine and dine. I'm about to take you to the restaurant and buy you some wine, and we gonna eat, and then if we head to the house, no, niggas is meeting up and fucking.
That's true.
That's how we like.
Or they paying, because I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I had a couple tenderonis that paid me, so that might be why she doing all that damn traveling, child. And then she's not really a traditional African girl. She got tattoos all on her hands and knuckles. You know, she gives me very much so experience. You know, she probably one of them girls that care about how many followers she got, her image. That's why I feel like she out of his league, because it's like he don't look like he care about all that. He look like he do, but then again, it's like he got his clout from his mama. And it's a whole bunch of old women that's following this man. Of course, you know, I'm not an old woman, so, and you're not either. But it's just like that. I feel like that's the core of his fan base. And that's why they all say, oh, we want you to be in a relationship. And, oh, Ellie's so good for you. That's what all old women say when they see you with a cute girl. A young man with a cute girl. Oh, y'all look so cute together. And this was like, and they kind of throw that on you or throw that in, you know. And I just personally feel like, I don't know. I feel like marriage is something that he upholds, and if that's not something that she upholds, what's the point of you being in an open relationship? Like, I feel like everybody want to be in a relationship. If you just want to fuck the bitch, huh?
He did that video with two black girls. What's their name? Zaddy and Asia. Yo, it looked like they was really vibing. Like they was like cousins or something.
Oh yeah. His homegirl, his real homegirl, the one that she ain't gonna let you sit on this camera and portray me to be one of your girls you benefit friends with benefits. No, we just friends.
Girlfriend.
Huh?
Because those inauthentic kids, it look like he could flip up and say some stupid stuff, and she'd be like, okay, she probably gonna let him slide on camera, but then she'd be like, oh, what happened? Oh, I thought I was a date addict. Do it yourself.
Yes. And how she I think she getting tired of cracking them crab legs up, because in this last video she said, boy, you was snatching me up, you was wrestling, we was doing all kind of shit. You was not complaining about that hand. All of a sudden you gotta open up a shrimp. And I saw Ellie one time when she helped them open up a shrimp, she turned around and grabbed the shrimp for herself and opened it up with one hand in her teeth. And basically, like, she do subliminal shit. She's slick with it. She's slicker than a can of oil. When I tell you, I'm like, yeah, we all know that man could open up a shrimp and a crab leg with one hand and the teeth.
He wants her to cater to him on camera.
He do want her to cater to him. I mean, I'm an Aquarius. I would let everybody, like Danny said, everybody need them a Steve. Who would?
But camera, because I feel like, what's the new girl? What's the white girl name?
Nicole, of course.
I feel like Nicole would have went along with that for a little bit.
Yeah, because Nicole understood her role. And plus she been dealing with this boy for so long, so she used to it, the way he act. But then again, it's like it's even more tiring for a person that know you for so long, and you still to be so codependent and just annoying and stuff. It's like you're not gonna take it like how. How a person that just meets you take it. A person that just meets you probably gonna be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? But I personally feel like,
Homegirl, she was like, everybody need to fall in their role, and I'll fall in my role. Like, you do you, I'ma do me. And she rolls her eyes, like, bruh, say what you're trying to say. She was annoyed 26 minutes into the video. And then when it started pertaining to marriage, she was like, when a person is not feeling you, she says it slowly and she looks like, child. She showed very much so, I'm annoyed. And then that's why, like, niggas gonna peace. And he eats this and that. Then that's when he starts throwing his shade. Like, well, you're a date addict, a Tinder swindler. Yes! And I'm like, and then he starts his eyes. He like, if a man really feeling you and he proposed to you, that's not how you're supposed to get at them. And I feel like that's the way how somebody talks. So I feel like he probably did propose to Shorty. I really do feel like he probably proposed to Shorty behind the scenes, or gave her a commitment type of
agreement or some type of verbal kind of this is what we doing, a promise ring.
Yeah, and she probably was like, no, we didn't talk about this before, so why are you talking about it now? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
She's probably not feeling a boy like that. My thing is, if you're not feeling like, then what are you here for? Like, I'm a grown ass man. Like, I don't care if I'm boyish or whatever. I want to be with a shorty that make me feel like I can be myself, eat how I want to eat, talk how I want to talk, be boyish in a way, kind of immature, whatever. And then propose to her in front of my mom and them, and I feel like she want to try to turn me down. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like if he ever proposed to her in front of B Love, she'll say yeah just to save face, and then tell him like, why the fuck would you do that?
Yeah, that's what they said in the video. You didn't see that?
Girl, I don't know. That's why when I start seeing stuff in his videos, I make sure I like before I comment. Because I just don't want to just be a person that just be talking mess. Because I like Dalvin. I personally feel like Dalvin's not dumb. This nigga got money. He like, look, this is my show. I run it. And you need to adapt. If you can't adapt, if you're not looking for marriage, we don't need you here. If you can't crack these crab legs open, you know he needs somebody like his mother. And I feel like that's what a lot of men seek, but also they were saying that he don't know how to talk to women. They were saying that with Nicole, now they saying that this with her. And I feel like there is a certain way you have to talk to a woman. You can talk to a girl any kind of way, but to a woman, you do have to talk a certain, you do. It's a respect level.
And she was like, it shows all in my face. So by the time we got in the car and we rode off and this and that, he was like, well, then I would have, then I would have had to put you at the car.
He did say that. He did say that. And he playing, but he dead at. I feel like when people joke around about stuff like that, they be dead serious. And then because he even said, I put people out my car before. And I was like, to me, I feel like that was like a red flag on his behalf. Because I feel like I could never put nobody out my car. I'm sorry, you wouldn't even be in my car if I feel like I gotta ever put you out. Like, you know what I'm saying? And putting somebody out of a car, especially a luxurious car, bitch, that is so belittling and humiliating. And then if you're a girl and a man does that to you, oh my goodness.
Sometimes you gotta put motherfuckers out. So I don't know.
She said sometimes you gotta put a motherfucker out. But okay, so he said he was gonna put her out because of what? Do you feel like what he said he was gonna put her out of the car for was justifiable to be put out?
Nah. Just because you got turned down, nigga, now you wanna put me out like you weird, nigga. Like.
And that's basically how I think he feel. I feel like that's the type of person he is, and there's no shade. I mean, you do gotta be like that, bitch. Either you for me all the way or you not, bitch. You not. You gotta go. If you don't like me, bitch. If you don't motherfucking. We don't need you here, girl. Next woman. You know, and I feel like he low-key need these collaborations because, like, he can't. I feel like sometimes when he do his mukbangs by himself, he just be seem like low and kind of depressed and. Huh?
He not used to be about his. He likes to have other people around him, and I don't feel like that makes him codependent. I just feel like he's not the kind of person that does well being alone. Like as far as on camera, I feel like off the camera he probably be cool, video games, playing, probably be, you know what I'm saying, on the phone with his homies.
Girl, he had 5 niggas in his house. 5.
Because men don't be being alone like how they be trying to make it seem. Like me, I be being really dead alone. Like, I don't be having nobody in my house. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
too many people. I'm sorry. I don't care if I had a mansion. I can't have that many people at my motherfucking house. And then none of them is there no more. And it's just you. Like, why? And then, you know, another thing, he was supposed to be moving to Las Vegas.
That's homeless. My nigga, like, really? That's just greedy to me. Like, maybe I'm just hating. Who knows?
No. He was supposed to be moving to Las Vegas, and all of a sudden he ain't moving now, or whatever the case is. And I'm like, why? Because of Ellie? See, you can't stop your plans for no female. Or for nobody, period. If he was in love with Vegas, if you want to move to Vegas, but I like Dalvin. I'm gonna end the video like this. I like Dalvin. Now that I know he Aquarius and stuff, I just know that he got an acquired taste, and you have to have an acquired taste to be able to be around him and deal with him. I personally feel like he's a very genuine, nice person. Because when I met him in person, he held the camera, like he took the initiative. He is a leader. He does know how to lead and but. And he does come across a little judgmental, but bitch, I come across judgmental too. And a lot of people don't like me because I come across judgmental. But hey, you know, you reap what you sow. So it's just like if I'm judgmental, I could take a motherfucker judging me. So I hope that he has thick skin and he can take people judging him. But he know what he be doing. When he talk about, he a content creator, he be knowing what he be doing on this camera.
A female will be a motherfucking downfall, so daddy chunk. Yep.
Watch that chunk. I got 2 eyes on Ellie. I'm watching her. We all watching her. All 50 billion of beloved fans and Zaddy Chunk Chunk ZZZ Mukbang fam is watching her. Who was up in who DMs? Who was in your DMs? Zaddy Chunk Chunk? Ooh, girl, let me end this video because this is ooh.